Well, hey, my friends, here on a Monday, August 5th, on my second video of the day, doing it from my kitchen. Why not? Plus, I have some lighting in here. Like I said, I don't have a desk anymore. I don't have any lamps anymore. My shit is getting out of here, and my ass is getting out of here next month. So, cannot wait. Can't wait to be around family and all that good stuff. Anyway, this video is my top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. I don't have these in order or anything, just random. But these films are great, and I'll explain. I'll go through each one, tell you why I think, or why they are my top 10 of all time sports movies. And I'm going to start off with Hoosiers. That's probably my favorite sports movie of all time. I love it. I've seen it more than 100 times probably. Gene Hackman, one of the greatest actors of all time. Plus, he has a fine name. Gene's a great name. And Dennis Hopper, who was nominated for an Academy Award for this movie, probably should have won, but I don't know who else was nominated that year. Just a great movie. The beautiful scenery of the Indiana farmland. Indiana has a lot of nice farms down there, and it's beautiful farmland down there. It's really cool, actually. I wish I could. Someday I'd like to go through there and just take a bunch of pictures of, everybody's farms and cornfields and all that shit. But it's really great. I love it. Love everything about this movie. It's great. Just a beautiful movie. I can't say enough great things about it. Another one here on my list is, I know my hair sticking out like devil horns a little bit. I don't give a shit. I'm letting my hair grow this time. I'm not cutting my hair for many damn moons. Is Major League. I love this film. One of the funniest movies of all time. I love Charlie Sheen. He's a great actor. And Tom Berenger. And just Renee Russo. No, she's in the second one, that's right. But Major League is such a great movie. I mean, it's got it's kind of a combination of comedy, drama. And I just love it. It's came out in 1989. Hoosiers came out in 1986, but Major League came out in 1989. I love this movie so much. This was another movie I've seen so many times. I just love a wow thing. Can't go wrong. And next on my list is Major League 2, which I think is just as good as Major League 1. And this one you have David Keith in it, which I love David Keith, a great actor, great redneck actor, like him. And I think it's every bit as good as the first one. Also, Randy Quaid is in this one, and Renee Russo, like I said. And it brings back Tom Berenger and, of course, Charlie Sheen. Dorn, I'll tell you what. Dorn is my favorite character on the Major League movies. I find that guy hilarious. I just think he's funny as hell. I really do. And he's my favorite character in those movies. But anyway, Major League 1 and 2 definitely my top 10 favorite sports films. I just love these films. If you can laugh each time you watch these movies, why not just keep watching the same movies, laughter is great medicine. Best medicine anybody can have, really. Smile and laugh. After that, I have The Longest Yard. Not the stupid Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler can't act his way out of a wet paper bag, and I don't find Adam Sandler funny at all. I will not watch an Adam Sandler movie. He's terrible. This is the original from 1974, the Burt Reynolds one, the real one, the funny one, the good one. The Longest Yard. Oh, I think Major League 2, by the way. I think it came out in like 1990. Shit, 3 or 4, I forgot. But anyway. But The Longest Yard came out the original 1974. I don't even count the second one. Yes, I've seen the second one. It's awful. But the original Longest Yard, I love it. Just love it. Love everything about it. And this is another movie which does a great job. Eddie Albert playing a great bad guy in this. But it has great comedy mixed with real drama, and it's really such a great movie. Probably, and I don't know if it's underrated because a lot of people do love this film, but I love it. Love it. Love the Rose's Longest Yard. They shouldn't even made a remake of that. If you did, couldn't you find somebody better than Adam Sandler? He's awful. I just think he's awful. Anyway, after that, it's probably my favorite baseball movie of all time. Robert Redford's one of my favorite actors, favorite directors. Movie The Natural. God, I love this movie. The ending is probably one of the best endings in movie history. Hits that ball, knocks out the lights. Oh my God. It just a great film. Just another, Richard Farnsworth is in this movie. I think this movie came out in 1984. Richard Farnsworth is in this movie. Wilford Brimley. Just so many great actors, and just love this film. It's a little bit long, it's like 2.5 hours long or whatever, but man, you can't beat The Natural. Let me tell you, man. I hope they don't never remake that film. More like they'll remake it with Adam Sandler. God, I hope not. Anyway, The Natural is in my top 10. Next one up, nobody's going to think it's a sports movie. I can tell you right now, this is a sports movie if there ever was any. Charles Bronson is one of my favorite stars of all time. This guy was the real thing. A hero in World War II, worked in the coal mines, tough as nails. I don't think there's an actor out there who could, and most people couldn't whip his ass. He was in damn good shape at one time when he was living. Loved this guy. I have so much respect for Charles Bronson. It's a movie called Hard Times. This is actually one of my favorite films of all time. It's a sports movie because he's kicking ass in the streets. I know, what was that movie with Brad Pitt and people like, I don't know, Fight Club? Give me a break. Charles Bronson kick his ass any day of the week. Brad Pitt. Whatever. Charles Bronson in Hard Times, oh my God. He's just kicking ass and taking names in that movie. You know, it's kind of a street fighting type of movie. Takes place down in New Orleans. Oh, it came out in 1975, I believe. Man, if you guys ain't seen Hard Times by Charles Bronson, you have to see this movie. This is a sports movie, and a great movie. I just think nothing but it's probably my top 15 or 20 films of all time. So that's how much I love this movie. That's why it's a sports movie. It is. Next one on my list is a movie that came out in 1976. It's a movie called, I'm sure you guys already know this, or have seen it, The Bad News Bears, with one of my favorite actors, Walter Matthau. Love that guy. One of the funniest guys of all time. Now, don't get me wrong now. I love the remake too. It came out in 2005 with Billy Bob Thornton. It probably should be on my top 10. I love that movie. He did a pretty good job. But this one here, you can't replace Walter Matthau. But this one out in 1976, such a great, another movie that a lot of these movies in my top 10 are a combination of comedies and dramas. But The Bad News Bears is great. I just love this movie. It's a special movie, and everybody should see this movie. It's great. Another one on my list. Most people probably won't put in their top 10, but nobody talks about this Tom Cruise movie. I like Tom Cruise. I respect him. He does all his, or most of his own stunts. I respect that. And he grew up poor, so he earned every bit he can get. Scientology, well, nobody's perfect. It's a movie called All the Right Moves. It came out in 1983. I think Craig T. Nelson played his football coach and his head coach. A great movie. I mean, there's no comedy in that, really. Plus, there's one scene where one of his teammates, I think he was a wide receiver, I forgot the character's name, of course, but he said, oh, he got a scholarship to WVU. Go Mountaineers, baby. Which I thought was a cool scene. Or right there. Love this movie. Great movie. One of Tom Cruise's early movies. So nobody ever talks about this movie by Tom Cruise, but this is a really good movie. That one scene where they fucked up the game, had the game won, and handed the ball off when it was rainy and muddy, and he fumbled the ball, and that was bad. That was bad coaching. That was bad coaching. Just saying, should have just kneeled on the ball. You would have won the game. Why do you have to hand the ball off? Okay, I don't know. Craig T. If I was in charge of that school, Craig T. Nelson, the head coach, I would have fired him the next day. That was pretty stupid. Anyway, it's a great movie, though. Great movie. Next one on my list, a movie came out in 1992. I was thinking about maybe should I put this in my top 10 or shouldn't I? But Tom Hanks makes me laugh in this movie each and every time. He plays. It's a movie called A League of Their Own. I love this movie. I think Penny Marshall directed this, but I love this movie. Tom Hanks, man, is hilarious. That's the reason I put it in my top 10 is because of Tom Hanks. And it's also based on a true story, which is pretty cool. But it is a great movie. I'm sure most of you guys out there have seen it. Like I said, great movie, great acting. Has Madonna in it. No film is perfect. She's not a very good actor, not a very good singer. Different story. Anyway, next on my list, the last one on my list, is a movie almost nobody's going to put in their top 10. But I love this movie. It came out in 1986. It stars Robin Williams, one of the greats, and Kurt Russell, also one of the greats. Love this film. It's called The Best of Times. Love this film. I think there's one scene in the movie where somebody put on a chalkboard, you guys lost 63 to nothing or something like that. No, wait, it was like 42 to nothing. Well, no, I think it was Robert Williams or somebody said, no, we lost 49 to nothing. that's hilarious. You know, that's just great. And but I love this movie. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I definitely want to watch this movie again pretty soon. Anyway, that's my top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. There's some I wish I could have put on my top 10, but you can only come up with 10. I don't want to do a top 15, I don't want to bore you guys to death. Anyway, that's my top 10 favorite sports movies of all time. I know I left out Field of Dreams. I hate Field of Dreams. I can't stand that movie. I didn't like Bull Durham. I just didn't like those movies. But anyway, that's my top 10. And like I said, Rudy is not going to make my top trillion. I saw that movie once, hated it, found out it was 99% Hollywood. And that comes from Joe Montana, who was on that team. He said that was just a bunch of phony baloney shit. I believe Joe Montana. Anyway, Rudy sucks ass. It just does. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you guys for subscribing. Got 55 more, but I'm hoping to get, I want to get to 100. I want to get to 1,000. I want to get to 10,000. I know I'm thinking big dreams, but hey, it can happen. But I can't do it without you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow on maybe a couple of prediction videos. Like I said, I got so much to do though. I'm packing up, throwing shit away. I got so much to do. But anyway, love you guys. See you guys tomorrow.